Yeah, so I'm Peter Hayward. Our company owns a fair few of the commercial units down here, and we've got, at the moment, we've got these two on the market. We've changed their layout so they're more commercially viable. They went on the market about 2 months before this Corona stuff happened, so hopefully we'll get some interest post-Corona. Yeah, they're nice. They can be one unit, they can be two units, not too deep. Nice shop frontage, lovely old windows, original windows. So yeah, well, hopefully we can get some interest behind them, but we had to modernise them, halve their depth to make them more hopefully appealing to commercial tenants. Alright, so yeah, now we're outside 25 Marketplace, which used to be Finn's at Ringwood, so when I ran it, used to be the Noisy Lobster, Knives and Corks. So we tried a hell of a really hard to try and get different businesses going here. I think looking at our accounts, we lost about 150,000 investing into these properties, and we like to think we know what we're doing, but we just couldn't make this site work. We then put it on the market, seeing if anybody else wanted to rent it, and in the 5 years it was on the market, we had maybe one viewing and 0 offers at all. All of our properties are rented with car and Neve, if at all of any interest to anybody. This property we've put in the planning application, which has created quite a lot of interest, which is nice to see. As you can see, the property is not in a good state. We want to spend money to bring it back to its former glory. The application, as you look at it, you've got the right hand side here. This used to be a townhouse way back when, before it was amalgamated with the pub, and we want to reinstate that townhouse. So it'd be a lovely 3-bedroom townhouse, all original features. Everything's, the fabric of the building completely intact, and then downstairs here we still have a commercial unit, so whatever anyone wants to make that, it can be. Nice good size, lovely shop frontage with plenty of parking out front, and then upstairs will be a 3-bedroom flat where I used to live back in the day. So yeah, lovely 3-bed flat, nice big bedrooms, and we just want to bring it back to its former glory. That it needs so much work. New roof, new windows, everything, and the only way we can viably see this building being occupied and maintained is through the applications that we've put in, and that's what I've mentioned to this listed building. And then if you walk through this way, I can show you the original coach house building to the rear. That building is completely decrepit. It's not safe to go near or around, and it hasn't been used for 40 or 50 years, to my knowledge, and someone might tell me differently. And we want to restore it, spend lots of money reinvesting on the roof and the structure of the building to get a nice 1-bedroom cottage in there, which would be a lovely first home for somebody. And then the rest of the application making use of the Strides Lane to put 6 properties out the back there, providing much needed housing to the area. I believe Ringwood's nowhere near its housing allowance, and this will help towards that. And I'm of a firm belief that the only way that this town centre is going to thrive is to have people in the town centre, living in the town centre, using the local services. This has been on the property market for 5 years for a tenant, not a sniff. It isn't, in my opinion, with the changing times of commercial units, it isn't feasible for a commercial tenant. I'd love someone to tell me otherwise and come in with an offer, but as I say, nothing as of yet. And I think that to get all these other units that are struggling here going again, it needs people in the town, living in the town and using the local services, which they most definitely will do if it's all on their doorstep. So we've also got, just to give you an idea of what's going on at the marketplace, number 25 is the pub, Finn's pub that I talked about, and next door you've got number 27 and 29, Prezzo. Now, I think you're all aware of how many restaurants are struggling in the current climate. Prezzo really do look like they're struggling, and in my opinion they could be out in the next few months, and so as a result we could end up with much of this end of the marketplace. The fireplace is wonderful, they're strong and they're a strong tenant and they're doing great work, but much of this whole marketplace could be empty and unused and unlettable in the very near future, and we want to work with the council and have the support of the community to reinvest in these buildings and get them occupied one way or another. We obviously haven't even thought about what would happen with this building. We want it commercial unit in there as soon as possible. But if anyone knows of someone interested in any units down here, then get in touch on the Ringwood page. Again, it will all be with Car and Neve estate agents, so get in touch with them if you like further more specific details. But yeah, the marketplace will struggle, and we need to be proactive and not reactive, and that's what we're hoping to do. So this is the Strides Lane. The pub's just behind us here, and the application that we put in is to put 6 terraced housing up to well, reasonably close to these properties here, but all within guidelines and everything. So it'd be a block of 3 2-beds and 3 3-bed houses. And yeah, we just think that it would very much improve the facade here along Strides Lane. This garage wouldn't be here anymore. Get rid of this fencing, and it would very much improve what's happening. You'd still have the wonderful view of the pub. The works of the pub is still you wouldn't even notice the impact that we have on it. Very much works that we do to the pub would be hardly noticeable to the naked eye, other than it looking a lot more smarter and a lot more intact and stable. The housing, we believe, would be very much in demand, very much like the ones that have been happening opposite to us. And yeah, we think it would improve no ends this Strides Lane and get it looking much more aesthetically pleasing. This is an example of what we've done before. This was, I don't know if people remember, it was a guitar shop, and it was offices at one point as well, and it was on the market so the guitar shop left, another tenant came and went quite quickly, and it was on the market for about 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. Hardly any nibbles at all, and we're not asking astronomical rents on all of our properties. We're very much market based. We were offering rent-free periods, assistance with getting the building up to state, everything to entice a tenant. Anyway, this was another one that didn't have any nibbles, and so we've changed it into a 2-bed cottage, and it sits wonderfully in with the rest of the road scene, and it let within a day, 24 hours it was let. So I hope that's the sort of thing that we want to be bringing to this town centre. If they can be let as commercial, great. If they can't, then we want to have the use for them, and that's what we want to do.